Friday is the day of the big Bristol Geek meet, which is all the fun of a convention with none of the entry costs, cramming yourself into a building with 500 other people, or, you know, general con problems. So basically, we're meeting up at the train station, then we're going and doing cosplay photos and general meet and greet of everyone. Then we're going to some shops of the geeky kind to spend money we don't have. And then we're going to a pub to play board games. So generally, a fun day will be had by all. As you can see, I am in cosplay and I have a girl face on. I'm not so good with the girl face, but this was a nice, straightforward, androgynous kind of look, in that it's really simple. I am cosplaying as Sir Justin from Demon Knights. Sir Justin is a transgender, although that's kind of left vague in the text. It could also be gender fluid, non-binary, etc. Camelot Knight, who on drinking from the Holy Grail became immortal and now has to quest all over the world to find and resurrect Merlin and bring Camelot back to its former glory. It's a really interesting run of comics, and if you're into a lot of that sort of Dungeons and Dragons type fantasy, it's a lot of fun, especially as nothing is sacred, not even itself, so it does have a nice sense of humour about itself. This cosplay, I'm not entirely sure how long it took me to make, because I had to make it around job and other social commitments. And I'm not sure how much it cost me to make, because I had to make it in about 3 different trips. Because, yeah, trial and error is not perhaps the best way to cosplay, but it is a fun way to learn. This suit of armour bit is supposed to be scale mail, and it's actually a sort of a 1980s style bomber jacket, kind of quilting material, which A means I'm really warm, and B means that from a distance it has that nice pattern to it, which looks quite metallic and armourish, so that's cool. So yeah, this is fun. Due to anxiety, I am ready a half hour early, so I thought I would introduce you to the day we're about to have. However, it's probably, yeah, it's about 11 o'clock now, and it's going to probably take us about 40 minutes to walk to the train station, especially in all of this get-up. So we're probably going to be leaving soon. But yes, come with us, have fun on the Bristol Geek Meet Day. The waist of these leggings is held on with duct tape, because I am not good with elastic. We are here at Bristol Geek Meet. We didn't have as many weird looks on the way down as you might think. 2 stag parties, one of whom was pirates, the other one someone was dressed as Tweety Bird. One very confused cyclist who asked very politely what was going on. And generally, everyone's been fairly Bristol about the whole thing by just going, we're waiting for everyone to turn up, and then we'll be moving to shots, and I will film more as it develops. You may be asking, why are you putting this up on Roddy's channel? This isn't drag. Well, for one, Justin is transgender, so it is drag. And for 2, this contains all the 3 key elements of drag: duct tape, safety pins, and fear. So, you know, we're good. So we're moving, we're heading on to Castle Park, a little bit earlier than expected because the police told us to leave Temple Meads, so that was interesting. Strategy of cosplay as a character no one knows who the fuck you are is going really well, because this means that no one can justify or comment on my costume. So yeah, we're having fun so far. Everyone else is cold, I'm not. I'm so warm.
Cameraman shivers.
Yes.
The dramatic effect.
Notice how the Jodphurs Batman are just kind of...
We don't have a panoramic.
I like women. Nothing.
I'm back from Geek Meet now, decostumed. It was a long day. It was a good day. I had a lot of fun. I think especially because not really being 100% into like the club scene, it's kind of difficult to find somewhere to go to have, you know, a day out in costume in my binder, which by the way was super comfortable the whole day through and didn't like constrict me, didn't feel uncomfortable, didn't let anything get too, you know, loose and shapely, and it was all like stayed on really well. I will link in the description below. If you need a binder, get this binder. This thing is the love of my life. Just one little warning on it though, is the sizing for it is really weird. This is, like I said, I had to return it because it didn't fit. The size is given in measurements, but I'm not sure exactly what unit the measurements are in or what they are for. Because it doesn't seem to relate to chest size, band size, width, length, it's just numbers, so we've got no idea what it actually relates to, so you may have to have a little bit of trial and error on the sizing front, but I enjoyed it. So, like, binder recommended, definitely. Bristol Geek Meet, soft recommendation. Recommendation for you if you can handle rowdy crowds quite well, because a lot of people who went there were, and I found this out later on, there's sort of the same crowd that goes like every year or every meet. I don't know how many they do a year. It means that when you're a new person, it's a little bit sort of daunting to have like that many people who have all got their little in-jokes and like who are all sort of already have that relationship and are kind of feeding each other's energy, and you're just sort of trying to enter into it. It's a little bit difficult to get into it. But that said, I did spend a brilliant day hanging out with gender bent Squirrel Girl, who I have to say that was an amazing I've done Squirrel Girl, link in the description below, and my costume was not nearly as good as this guy's. Like, oh my god, he was brilliant. And some anime people, one Luffy from One Piece, I believe, and some other people from an anime that I haven't seen, which is about 90% of anime. And that's the other thing that sort of made me a little bit hesitant, is that there was sort of a 70, well, I'd say a 60-40 split really of, you know, anime and then other areas of geekery. So it was a little bit, again, just that kind of like, oh, you've already got your things going, like, I'm not a part of this thing, and it was a little bit daunting at first, but I think a decent chunk of that was social anxiety, which that's why I'm going to a geek meet. It did mean that sort of throughout the day I kind of just got more progressively tired as the day went on. I actually left at about 3 o'clock. No, it was about 4 o'clock I think I left, because I just couldn't be bothered. Like, I was just tired. And just sort of my reservoir of peopling skills had just faded completely. So yeah, I left at like 4 o'clock and people were still going and playing board games, and fair enough. Next time, hopefully I'll be a little bit more confident, a little bit more comfortable around people, because at the end of the day, it's free. The people who organised it did a really good job, and they definitely put in a lot of work, especially, again, for something that you don't actually pay to go to. Like, it's done in sort of in conjunction with the Bristol Anime and Gaming Con, which I may go to and I may check out, but conventions generally are a little bit claustrophobic for me. But yeah, you know, I might check it out, might give it a go. That was the Bristol Geek Meet. I will say that we went and had lunch at Five Guys, and I had the best peanut butter milkshake I have ever had in my life. That was an experience. That wasn't a milkshake. It was like a message from the divine. Overall, fun day, comfy binder, long day. Glad I'm home. Happy to have spent the day the way I did. So yeah, keep tuned to the channel. There will be, of course, updates every week. Upcoming, we've got a few more vlogs to go, and then there's going to be the Watch the Skies mega game, in which Roddy will be enjoying his first taste of role-playing games. and will also be role-playing as the British Foreign Minister. And given the state of the government at the moment, Roddy Jodphurs may actually do better than... Does anyone even know who our Foreign Minister is? Like, do we have one? I mean, everyone's so concerned with, like, the ones here messing things up. I don't think we worry about our Foreign Minister too much. So yeah, that's coming up shortly. That'll be end of April, I think. Also, yep, Roddy is going to be taking more trips outside into the general world. So if anyone's in Bristol and wants to, or the surrounding area, and wants to let me know of an event or a thing to go to, then do let me know, because I really enjoy getting out in costume and having a lark about and being silly. So it's been a lot of fun. I will see you next week. And until then, my friends, remember, Roddy loves you.